In this video, we're going to look at another defensive hand. My partner Toby starts out with an 11 count. Very unimpressive. This 11 count is a definite pass. North also passed, so I opened the bidding in third seat 1 diamond with my bare 12 count. Now it's South's turn to bid. South has 14 highs, but they're very concentrated in short suits, and there's really no shape here. So the correct call here is definitely pass. Now, if you wouldn't pass, I mean, you could consider doubling, but a negative double is bad because you really should have, 2 or less diamonds. You'd like to have another spade, ideally, a little bit of shape. The absolute best call here is pass, but that's not the bid that was made at the table. Now this is a team game. This person saw fit to double. Well, Toby, with his 11 points, had a fairly automatic redouble. That simply says, partner, I'm a passed hand, so I don't have 12. But I definitely have 10 or 11 points. And assuming you have an open light third seat, we have the balance of the points. And so maybe we can get a good score from defending. I've seen a lot of people redouble and then let the opponents off easy because maybe they don't have confidence in their defense, or it feels awkward defending a low-level contract. What should North do in light of this redouble? North can see that they do not have the balance of the points. Assuming that everyone else has their bid and East has an open up light, he's only got 1 king. So North wants to run to a suit contract. And so North's responsibility is to show some sort of preference. North absolutely needs to bid 1 spade with his hand, letting his partner know where his 4-card spade suit is, because presumably your partner has promised at least 3 and very possibly 4. When you need to take tricks and you don't have a lot of power, the only other way to take tricks is with roughs. And he has some roughing potential. He only has 2 hearts in his hand. So he should bid a spade, but for some reason at this table, he passed. Well, I have no reason to fear this contract. I know that we have at least 22 high card points. It's really beyond me at this point to make any decision. Also, I want to note that there may be times where you're vulnerable and they're not, and you don't want to mess around with defending because you want to bid your vulnerable game. But in this instance, I have a bare 12 and my partner is a passed hand, so I'm not even convinced we have game. That's the time when you really want to consider doubling off a contract, especially a contract that isn't going to double into game. So I'm just going to pass and see what happens now. And South bids their 4-card suit 1 heart. Toby has 4 hearts as well. So Toby's bid now here is double. Penalty oriented again, saying, hey, look, I've got 4 hearts as well. He's just telling me that he has 4 hearts, and if I have hearts too, we may want to penalize this contract. And again, if the opponents try running a no trump, that's not going to solve their problems either. That's going to be an easy double as well. North was strangely silent again, and I had 3 trump as well. Good trump. A club roughing value, perhaps. I saw no reason to pull 1 heart doubled. So that became the final contract in a team game. Toby is on lead. Leading trump is a good way to cut down on roughs. That is true, but sometimes you want to score your own roughs. So this might be a situation where you don't want to lead trump, especially when you hold the ace-jack behind what you think South might have some high cards and hearts that you can capture. So Toby decided to lead my suit diamond. So he played from 3 diamonds. He played his 3rd best. He led the 6. Dummy came down, rather dismal looking. I went up on the first trick with the queen and Declare won the ace of diamonds and proceeded immediately to cash the good king of diamonds as well. Toby's followed 6-8 now. If he had a doubleton or 4 of a suit, he would high-low. So I know he started with 6-8 jack specifically. So he has 3 diamonds, and the declarer who doubled the contract has 3 diamonds as well. So already this looks like, declarer might be 4-3-3 because why did he double with 3 diamonds? I mean, you can piece this together at the second trick by watching your partner's spot cards. Declarer has 3 diamonds. Very interesting. So now Declare is trying to win some tricks, so he leads his spade towards the king, hoping that will take a trick. It does not. I win the ace of spades. So what should I play now? I want to score a club rough. If in fact declare is 4-3-3, I want to send a club through and eventually get a club ruff because I'm the one with shortness. So I lead the 8 of clubs to show a doubleton. This went queen, king, 2. Toby was allowed to win this trick. While he was in, Toby went ahead and cashed the jack of diamonds, which again verified that the diamond suit had been 3-3 all along. And now Toby, who probably figured that I was aiming for a club ruff, went ahead and led another club, which went around to Declare's jack. Declare is just looking at losing spades, losing hearts. He's just trying to win tricks. So he plays his ace of clubs, and I get to ruff that. Now what should I do? Well, if you count out the hand and think about what's been played, you can have a pretty good assessment of what to do next. Okay, let's think about what's been played. So far, we know that Toby showed up with the king of clubs and the jack of diamonds. That's only 4 points. And he should have 10 or 11, so he has at least 6 or 7 points left in his hand. Then there is Declare, who's already shown up with ace, king of diamonds, ace, queen, jack of clubs. That's 14. So South has basically used up pretty much all of his points. Toby has to have the ace of hearts for his bid. He probably has the jack of hearts as well. I mean, he has to have ace queen for his bid to come to 10. And if he has 11 points, he had the jack of hearts as well. So I went ahead and play, and so I can safely cash my hearts because I know Toby's sitting with 4 hearts to the ace over there. My king queen are not going to crash. I mean, you can work this out. So I just let up my hearts. King of hearts, queen of hearts. I know that Toby's got a good queen of spades, and I know he's got a good ace of hearts. I also want him to be able to score his other heart, whichever one it is. So at this point, I'm going to lead my 10 of diamonds to give Declare a problem. If Declare doesn't ruff this, it's just going to win a trick. So he ruffs, Toby over ruffs, and he draws Declare's last trump, and now shows up with the queen of spades and the winning 10 of clubs, and finished down for 800 for Rich and Toby. So this was a pretty devastating team game result, all because we chose to double at the 1 level. Now let's see what happened at the other table. Our teammates are sitting north and south. The bidding started pass, pass, 1 diamond as before, but our teammates just passed. They recognized that this hand did not have the correct distribution for a double, and the best, sometimes with a 14 count, the right action is pass. They're bidding your suit, then I guess you're going to defend. It should then go 1 heart, and then 1 spade, and now with an 11-point hand, the West hand should invite, showing, I like to say, 2 no trump shows 11 to 11. With 10, I'll usually sell out to a no trump, and with 12, I'll often bid 3. Not always. So 2 no trump is often around 11. In a team game, you might take a chance vulnerable to bid a pushy game, but non-vulnerable, I would see no reason to raise this 2 no trump to 3 with a ho-hum 12 count. So they played 2 no trump, came to 8 tricks, and only scored 120. Our teammates went minus 120, but our table, we went plus 800. That difference is 680, so we won 12 imps on the board. The moral of the story is, if your partner gets redoubled, your responsibility is to place the contract as cheaply as possible based on the cards that you hold. The north hand should have pulled to 1 spade. That would have elicited a double by me as east because I'm staring at 4 spades, the ace, jack, 10. So I would have doubled for penalty, and that probably would. 1 spade would have been doubled for penalty. 1 no trump would have been doubled for penalty. 2 clubs, Toby would have doubled for penalty. It was pretty much hopeless for the opponents. And the other lesson is, when the opponents get redoubled, don't assume that after that you should shrug your shoulders and go on bidding like nothing happened. Sometimes you can collect a small fortune from opponents who have wandered into the auction at the wrong time.